What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JY, and we're here with Luke Bennett. And you got top 16 at UK Nationals 2022. And what did you play?
I played Branded Adventurer.
Okay, and before we get into the profile, Luke's actually spent some time studying abroad. So where were you studying?
I've been studying in Taiwan for the last 8 months. So I spent the last 8 months playing the OCG. And it's the reason why I played this deck, because I've played it for God knows how long now. And I only returned back very recently, so I played this because the deck I'm most comfortable with. I don't really know too much about the TCG formats in regards to the turbo build of the Despia deck with the allures and stuff. So I wanted to play the deck I'm most comfortable with.
Yeah, awesome. So straight out of the OCG, literally got here 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I came back. Yeah. And then landed, got all my cards off people who I'll shout out at the end, I imagine. And just started testing and learning everything that's happening here and stopped playing around Maxi. Yeah, he was telling me earlier how when he first came back and started playing, he'd be trying to play around Maxi and then realize, wait, what am I doing? It's not here anymore. So it's nice. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, awesome. And what was your record after the 10 rounds of Swiss?
So I finished Swiss X1 and then lost to Tri Brigade, Brave, Lyrilisk in the top 16.
Okay, and now let's see the list.
Absolutely. So we start off with the 2 Elba, the 2 Tragedy, the Comedy, and the Ad. Okay. I think all this is standard. 2 of this because I'm playing the Brave engine, I don't want to open it. I've seen not many people playing this. They've started to catch on to it now. It's just to dodge Imperm and Veiler, and you can just send it off the Fusion. And in the grind game, sometimes it's really good just to make your Fusions dodge stuff. So it's really good for that. And then the 2 Elbas for the Fusion. Then the 3 Enchantress and the Griffin. Want to open this as much as possible to pitch it with Branded Opening, and then Griffin's Griffin. Then for the hand trap lineup, we played 9 hand traps, 3 Ash, 2 Veiler and a Crow, and the 3 Imperms. So Ash is generic, you have to play it. And then I saw the gentleman that won the Danish Nationals, and originally I was playing 3 and 3, but then I saw him play the 1 Crow, and I don't mind it as a cross-out target, so I decided to do the 2 and 1. And it's really unfortunate, I lost top 16 game 1 because my opponent had Crow and I drew this and cross-out, so I couldn't cross out the Crow.
That's really
unfortunate. So that's it for the hand traps.
Okay. And
then for the spells, we have just 2 right.
Wait.
Fateful.
You need to explain the 2 right.
I'm a real OCG player and the Draco bag. So I don't want to open too much of one engine and not enough of the other. There's games where you do just have to play Brave Control, and you want to minimize that as much as possible. And if you open Enchantress right, it's not bad, but you don't want to open too many copies of the same engine. So we just decided to play 2 of this, which was fine because even if you go through 2, the 3rd Enchantress gets it from Grave anyway. But games don't go that long.
Okay. So are you saying basically because do you have Foolish in there?
Yeah, I do play Foolish as well. So I play 4 copies, effectively 6 copies of rights. Then we have the 3 Branded Fusion, 3 Opening. This and Enchantress is just insane.
As Sammy Sukuma would say, FTK.
Yeah, basically, because you get to go through every hand trap, and every time they don't hand trap you, then you can take it out the range. You know it's not there because they have to stop this, and they have to stop Enchantress, and if they don't, then you know it's going through because there's no Ash at that point. So, and the 2 Branded in red, pretty standard there. And then 3 High Prosperity for consistency. Because like I say, sometimes you open a lot of one engine, not the other, so this helps us find the other half of the 2 engines. And then it also helps us dig for the 3 Crossout and the Cold Buy, because this deck can break boards quite easily, especially against a Scythe deck, where if I play the Brave cards, I'm not too worried about the Scythe, and then I can have these cards and maybe an Imperm to back up breaking the board. So this just helps search for the cards you need to break the boards going second. And then the last spell is the Foolish. send tragedy, sometimes send comedy if you already have tragedy to pitch off the fate for, and then yeah, send enchantress. Just good consistency. And then the last card is one branded banishment. I wanted to main this. I was expecting to play a lot more mirrors. I only played one mirror, which was final round of Swiss, and yeah, this didn't really come up all weekend. But if more Despia was represented, then this would have been amazing. But against like the punk deck, it's okay, but you kind of just want to set branded in red so that you can Chimera, draw into more hand traps or pop the board. It's a lot more consistent than what this card does. And then onto the extra deck, it's the 2 Jade, the 2 Libellion, and 3 Albion. Originally I was playing just 2 Albion, but I decided to pump it up to 3 just in case the grind happens.
Yeah.
I don't want to have at any point running out, and if needs be, I can just banish the 3rd copy of Prosperity to help me dig for 6. And then the 2 Chimera. This card's crazy good. Helps you dig for your hand traps, helps you, especially going first as well, because you can side in things like nib and draw, and then draw into them, which is how I won a lot of matches. You just draw into your side cards. It's really strong. The 1 Elba, the 1 Spring Gun. So this is for if you do double Mirror Jade, you can send this and then send an Albion, and then this will search the fusion, the Albion will search your branded in red, and then this is to send so you can special summon Fallen of Elbaz in the end phase. I did this against someone's access code where they left it up and I went, okay, I'll just fuse with the access code, make my Mirror Jade, and next turn kill.
Wow.
So it's really good for that. The 1 Mask and the 1 Quertus. This self-explanatory. This everyone plays, but I make this card a lot more than I think people do. In my first round, my opponent was made access code, and on the res, I branded in red. Could have even made Chimera to try and pop it, but I didn't want to be greedy, so I made this. And what I meant was when he popped it, again, I could use it, summon out the Elbaz, and then fuse with the access code, so he couldn't pop it. So he couldn't kill me, and then he burnt himself on Heat Soul. So it was really good for that. It just helps you survive a lot. And then the last cards, 1 Predaplant Dragostaplia, really good to just make turn 1 a lot. I'm used to playing around Call By, so a lot of things we do in the OCGs, we'll go Mirror Jade, send the Albion, search the branded in red, and then we'll activate it with the add. Banish the add and the Mirror Jade, summon this, and then add, bring back the Mirror Jade. So you end on Dragostaplia, Mirror Jade.
Right.
And I did this quite a few times throughout the tournament. You can just leave it on board. The fact that it makes things become level 2, or level, it makes it level 1. It's quite relevant against some matchups. They can't XYZ with it, so it's really good for that. And then the last card is 1 Anima. Not seeing many people playing links. This is if you, in case you open Tragedy or Comedy, you can normal summon it, link it off, and people aren't really playing around zones too much. So if they, maybe they just put it in front of the column, and then if you open your Brave Engine, just normal summon your Tragedy, steal whatever it is, and then if you have branded in red, this and a Tragedy makes either the Masquerade or the Quartus.
Wow.
Yeah, so even if you open like semi-mediocre, but you have Tragedy branded in red, then just normal summon Tragedy, link this off, set branded in red, at least you can still fuse.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone play that. Is that like an OCG thing? Or?
Yeah, everyone was playing this in OCG along with Anaconda. And it was just for that reason. People also play Striker Dragon to do the same thing with Fallen of Elbaz. But you can't really do anything with Striker Dragon, whereas the Anima at least has application outside of it just being a stepping stone. So it was really good. I think I only attempted to steal one thing and it baited the negate, and yeah, it's pretty relevant, but didn't come up too often. And then for the side deck is 3 Nib, 2 Droll, 2 Lava Golem, and the second Crow. So originally I was planning on playing things like Dark Ruler and Droplets. However, everyone's going to be siding anti-spell against me, and I don't want to draw side cards that are really bad against my opponent's side cards. So you have a combination of Nib, Drolls, Veilers and the Imperms in the main, So any combinations of those cards is pretty much good enough to stop a lot of the combos. Against the punk board, draw's really impactful because now they just have to play with what they have.
Yeah.
If they have to search Enchantress or stuff like that, their hand resource management becomes really low. And then if you've got a Veiler or a Nib or Crow, anything like that to back it up, then you can pretty much stop the board. Yeah. Same with Lava Golem. Lava Golem, you can draw it for 6, and then if they end with just the Needle Fiber and the Baron, then you just go main phase, do the Lava Golem. They can't scythe you now, and they're probably on about 2 to 3 cards. Yeah. But if you open the Brave package, then you can just play through that, simplify the game state, and you'll just win through there. So all these cards were really good. Lava Golem was amazing all day. Bouncing back to hand with Draco back, and just keep using it as a resource. Just discard it for the Lebellion.
Nice.
You just get double use out of it, which is really, really good. So I won't change anything about this. Sometimes I wish it was a third roll, but there's just no space. So then the 3D barrier for going first. Doesn't really need to explain. It's D barrier. Really good this format. Can't play anti-spell because I play so many spells, so we play D barrier.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 cards are Evenly and the Twin. Okay. I was really big on Evenly for a long time because, like I say, people decided anti-spell. I don't want to play cards like Lightning Storm or Harpies. They flip anti-spell, and I'm like, well, I can't do anything now. Whereas this, it's not just good against the trap decks, but it's good against some of the other more mid-rangey decks as well. Like against Sword Soul, you can side this in, and if they search for, let's say, Blackout, and they end up like the Baron and the level 8 Synchro, as long as you can bait out the Baron, then this is just a complete board wipe. And if they haven't got much in the grave, then again, you just simplify the game state with the Brave stuff, and you just went through there. The Twin, this was originally Cosmic Cyclone, because I wanted 1 card out to mine, because I will side this in against going first against decks like Flunder and Drivetron, anything that I think is going to try and Mystic Mine me. But I saw the guy at the Danish Nationals play this, and I thought, you know what, I'll try it out. Didn't really get a chance to test it, but it was okay. I think I drew it twice, and one time it didn't matter, and the other time it was really good. And that's the whole profile.
Awesome. I mean, like, I think this is like one of the most interesting like Despia decks I've seen, and I think that's mainly because of the fact you bring like your OCG experience over here. So really cool. I'm glad to see you do really well with it as well. It's awesome. Any shout outs?
Yes, big shout out to Ben Chalner, James Cook for helping me test theory, and they let me everything here is I've borrowed from them except for the Brave engine. At least I own something. And then big shout out to Dale Hawkes for helping me test. He helped me crash around his and be a great host all weekend. And yeah, last few shout outs, anyone else who's helped me test, helped me theory, thank you very much. And yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, awesome. And we're also going to do like a little interview and talk more about your OCG experience. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. Thank you.
Wonderful.